There is really only one thing that determines your leadership, and that is what you do. Now, since what you do is essentially a manifestation of who you are, the previous lessons are foundational for how you lead and will continue to be relevant every step of the way. You will need to revisit and reapply the questions of what you want, what you're afraid of, and what you're good at frequently and diligently. And if you can remember that, you're ready to move forward. It's now time to act. How you behave is how you lead. And we can evaluate your leadership by looking at three main behaviors: what you say, what you do, and the decisions you make. It's really that simple. Your effectiveness as a leader is going to be determined by your words, your actions, and your decisions. If you are delinquent in paying close attention to what you say, do, and decide, you are being careless, irresponsible, and even damaging as a leader. Now, there are two main caveats to this. The first is that it's not exactly true that you need to pay attention to what you say, do, and decide. What you're really paying attention to is what kind of effect your behavior is having on the people that you lead. This is a frequent mistake that a lot of leaders make. In other words, you cannot simply say you're a good leader if you can look back at the track record of your talks, meetings, and emails. Leaders, out of defensiveness, will frequently recount the historical record and look to their behaviors in the past as evidence of their responsible leadership. I did make that decision, right? Or I did send that email. But as you can already tell, simply appealing to what you said or decided is mere defensiveness. And as we learned, that fear of being attacked manifesting in defensiveness is a negative motivator, leading you to avoid engagement with good evaluation. Good leadership, on the other hand, takes into consideration what was said or decided with what resulted in the organization. The outcome of what you said, did, or decided. Did the meeting, email, or talk actually accomplish what you set out to accomplish? That's the question we have to ask. Caveat number one is to recognize that what you do, say, and decide must be understood in combination with the actual outcomes of the organization. The second caveat is that all three, words, actions, and decisions, must be consistent. If what you say does not match up with what you do, and what you do is contrary to what you've decided, you will lose credibility. That kind of inconsistency results in significant mistrust sown into the culture of the organization, and people will no longer be committed to the goal of the organization, but rather to their own self-preservation, which dominoes into causing significant fragmentation, factionalizing silos in politics. Each one of these behaviors is essentially a reinforcement of the other. Just like the proverbial three-legged stool, the only kind of stool that does not wobble, you protect the integrity of your leadership and your organization by ensuring that your words, your actions, and your decisions are all on the same plane. Call it alignment, agreement, consistency, whatever. Make sure that what you say, do, and decide are all headed in the same direction.